Welcome back. Federal agencies have under a month to submit their final return to office plans for remote employees. The July 19th deadline applies to workforce safety plans, too. Tony Reardon is the president of the National Treasury Employees Union. Tony, welcome. It's good to have you back on the program. What are you hearing from the people that you represent about what they're thinking about going back to the office?
Well, first of all, Francis, thank you very much for having me. It's always an honor to be on your show with you. You know, what I'm hearing is that employees are really understandably anxious about reentry into the workplace. They're asking questions like, will my child be in school? And will we have aftercare available by the time that I have to go back to work? They want to know things like, how do I know if the person sitting next to me is vaccinated? Do I have to wear a mask if I'm vaccinated? Can I keep teleworking? All those kinds of questions, and of course many others, really have them quite anxious about reporting back to the office.
What would you like to see agencies include in those plans that I referred to try to answer as many of the concerns as possible that the people you represent and other federal employees have?
Well, I think there are a number of things that certainly we are talking to some of the agencies where we represent employees, about things related to health and safety. For example, mask policy as it relates to vaccinated and unvaccinated employees. That needs to get clear in agencies how they're going to be dealing with that. Employees want continued time to get vaccinated and to recover from the adverse effects of getting the vaccine. There is the ongoing promotion of the need to get vaccinated. We want agencies to continue to talk to their employees and encourage them to get vaccinated. And I think it's always useful to provide incentives so that that happens. And I think that helps our communities and our nation at large. Health screenings for employees and contractors and visitors. Some other things that we're interested in, for example, and I won't go into details yet about those, but are telework, work schedules, travel policies for employees, leave. Caregivers still don't have really an alternative in that regard, and also how high-risk employees are treated.
Would it be a good idea or a bad idea for the agencies to at least ask their employees whether they've been vaccinated or not? There's the policy right now is that they can't inquire about that. Is that something that maybe should change, Tony, to give the other employees in an organization some confidence about the safety of the workplace?
Francis, from my perspective, I don't think it's a problem to ask, but the issue really has to be, also from my perspective, it's got to be voluntarily provided by the employee. I do not support requiring employees to make that information known. I think, quite candidly, folks that get the vaccine, and I'll speak for myself. I mean, I got the vaccine a while back, and I'm quite open about that. And I think many others would be as well.
What are the conversations like in the organizations where you represent employees, Tony? Not a specific agency, but broadly, how are those conversations going? Are you encouraged by the discussions?
Well, there's really kind of, Francis, a wide array. As there typically are. At NTEU, we represent employees in 34 agencies, so we always get, kind of a broad list of those agencies that, in this case, for example, are very interested in talking to us and have already engaged us. We went to every single agency where we represent employees early on and made sure that they understood that we wanted to have discussions with them about these plans that are due on July 19th that you mentioned. And, not surprisingly, as I said, there are some agencies that are very interested in talking to us. And there are other agencies that we've not heard a lot from and not gotten a lot back from on these issues. And really, look, from my perspective, it is absolutely in every agency's best interest to have conversations with us. You know, like I said, we represent so many employees in so many various agencies. We've got a lot of experience on all these issues. And so to be able to have conversations with them, I think is really helpful to the agency so that they can figure out exactly how they want to put this plan together so that the outcomes are the best for employees and the agency.
We have less than a minute left, Tony. It's not just helpful in your words to the agencies, it's required. OMB has said that these agencies should bargain with you and other unions. Do you have any recourse if these plans, if you get down to crunch time July 19th and you still don't have much traction?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always recourse, and certainly we will make sure that we're working hard with OPM. We have all kinds of contacts, obviously, at OPM, in OMB, on the Hill if we need to. And candidly, you know, there's always the tool of going directly to the administration as well as to the media. Hopefully that won't be the case, though. We are all, I think, trying to work in the same general direction. And, you know, ultimately the health and safety of employees and the ability for employees to be able to be in the workplace or doing the work via telework from home is critically important so that they're able to do the work of the American people. So anything we can do in creating these plans that enables employees to continue to be able to do the work of the American people and for the American people to get the services that they require from their federal government, I think is a win-win for everybody.
Tony Reardon, thank you very much as always. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Francis.